This is the story of two brothers, twins who could not have been more different. One was a hunter, wild and rugged. The other was quiet, thoughtful, and stayed close to home. Their choices, their struggles, and even their rivalry would shape the destiny of nations. We find this story in the book of Genesis, chapters 25 through 27. Isaac, the promised son of Abraham, married Rebekah. For many years they had no children, but Isaac prayed earnestly, and God answered. Rebekah conceived, and even within her womb, the twins wrestled with each other. Troubled by this, she sought the Lord, and he revealed that two nations were inside her, one stronger than the other, and the older would serve the younger. This prophecy would unfold in ways no one could imagine. When the time came, the first child was born. He was red and covered with hair, and they named him Esau. His brother followed right behind, grasping Esau's heel, and so they named him Jacob. From their very birth, it was clear these brothers would be locked in rivalry. As the boys grew, their differences became clear. Esau became a skilled hunter, a man of the open fields, and Isaac loved him for the game he brought home. Jacob, however, was quiet, staying among the tents, and Rebekah loved him deeply. This favoritism created tension in the family, a seed that would later grow into pain and division. One day, Esau came back from hunting, weary and starving. Jacob was cooking a pot of stew, and Esau begged for some. But Jacob, ever calculating, said, "First, sell me your birthright." In his hunger and exhaustion, Esau swore an oath and gave up his right as the firstborn, his inheritance and blessing in exchange for a simple meal. The scriptures tell us that Esau despised his birthright. This decision would mark him forever. Years passed, and Isaac grew old and nearly blind. Wanting to bless Esau before he died, Isaac called him to prepare a meal and receive the blessing of the firstborn. But Rebekah overheard, and remembering God's promise, she urged Jacob to act quickly. She prepared a meal, dressed Jacob in Esau's clothes, and covered his hands with goat skins to mimic his brother's hairiness. Jacob approached Isaac, unsure. Isaac asked, "Are you really my son Esau?" Jacob replied, "I am." After eating the meal and feeling the goat skins, Isaac blessed Jacob, passing on the covenant blessing of Abraham. With that blessing came the promise of land, descendants, and the hope of a savior who would one day bless all nations. Moments later, Esau returned from the hunt, only to discover the truth. Bitterly he wept and cried out, "Bless me too, my father." But Isaac trembled, for the blessing had already been given, and it could not be undone. In his anguish, Esau vowed to one day kill Jacob, and so Jacob was forced to flee his home. Though Jacob obtained the blessing through deception, his heart longed for what Esau treated lightly. And God, in his mercy, would shape Jacob's character through trials, dreams, and encounters, until the promise would be fulfilled. From Jacob's line would come the nation of Israel, and through Israel, the Savior of the world, Jesus Christ. This story reminds us that God's purposes stand firm. His promises are not dependent on human strength or tradition. Even when people fail, His sovereign plan unfolds perfectly, just as He declared from the beginning. The story of Jacob and Esau doesn't end here. Jacob's flight from home would set the stage for one of the most powerful encounters in the Bible, his dream at Bethel, where God reaffirms His covenant promise. That next chapter shows us how God meets us even in our wandering. If you'd like to continue the journey through these timeless Bible stories, make sure to subscribe and follow Gospel Motion YouTube channel, and turn on notification so you don't miss any of our posts. In our next episode, we'll see how Jacob's lonely night on the run became the doorway to a divine promise.